What's up guys, my name is Daniel Bender. I'm a filmmaker and photographer here in the Seattle area. Now this video today is all about how to balance your red on the FeiyuTech AK4500 gimbal. A lot of comments came in from my last video from red users all around the world wondering how to do it, and some were kind of angry that I didn't do it in my 20-minute video that we did as a review. So today we're just going to balance this. I'm going to show you how to do it real quick, step by step. Going to be in and out really quick. All right, step one. So I've already pre-rigged my red, but I have these small rig side plates, and so I've mounted the follow focus right here on the side, right onto the top of my 18-35 Sigma lens. And I've used this red tie to keep tension on this just in case the torque moves the motor at all. So step two, I've already kind of pre-done it for you, but we're gonna take the FeiyuTech base plate and mount it on our red. Step three, we're gonna take our red and mount it on the FeiyuTech AK4500 and then attach all of our cables, because we need to have our cables attached before we start trying to balance the camera. So let's slide it right in here. All right, we're gonna attach our red monitor. And attach our Rode VideoMic Pro, our HDMI cable for our Focus 7 small HD monitor, and then our red D-tap to LEMO power cable so that we have power for our camera. And lastly, we're going to take our USB cable from our follow focus and slide it right into the base plate. So now everything is attached to our red. Step four is going to be balancing it. So we're going to first balance our tilt axis. So we're going to unlock this tilt motor, right? So as you can see, it's front heavy. So first thing I'm going to do is just slide the camera back. It's a little back heavy now. That seems pretty good. I'm going to lock it in place and just make sure it's good. Oh, a little back heavy. Try that. All right, so now our tilt axis is balanced. So I'm gonna lock this motor and then come on over here and unlock our roll axis. So as you can see, our roll axis is already balanced from when I had it on previously. But if you needed to, you would just come around and you would just slide this left to right to make sure that it's not swinging either way. So now that we have our roll axis locked or balanced, we're going to lock it, and then we're going to unlock our pan axis. So the trick with balancing your pan axis is whether you're on a single-handed gimbal or on a ring style two-handed gimbal like this. This is also single-handed, but I have the ring. You're going to just tilt your gimbal one way or the other. And if your camera pans left or right, it means that it's either too far forward or too far back on the actual motor. So if this was swinging here, swinging out, then I would just back up the camera until it didn't do that anymore. But as you can see, it's not moving. Our camera is balanced. So now let's go around to the back side of this, turn it on, and I'll show you guys just how cool this is. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is unlock all of the motors. So they have these little locks there. All right, so it's balanced, there we go. We're going to turn the gimbal on. There we go, motor's grabbed it. So first thing you gotta do to get the follow focus working is just swipe over to your second screen, hit the little plus sign in the bottom left corner, and it's going to allow your motor to start working correctly. And then one thing a lot of people have asked me about is how to set your AV points on the motor. I was having a lot of issues with this when I first got it because I was naive and it was like, I don't need to read the manual. But really quick, super simple. To set your A point, you double click the button on top of the follow focus. You manually adjust your focus throw on your lens. Single press it to set your AV point. Triple tap the button to set your B point. It's gonna flash red. I'm gonna come over here to the other side, single tap it. Now you have your entire throw. and it's gonna stop, boom, done. So one thing that a lot of people said about my last video was that the test footage was really bumpy up and down. That is not an attribute to this gimbal. That is 100% operator error. If you, when you're walking, are just walking like you normally would, right? Then the gimbal is not going to be able to balance that. You have to use your body mechanics properly to compensate for the gimbal going up and down. So what you need to do is get down like, you know, a half squat, and it's called the ninja walk, right? You're walking heel to toe, keeping your gimbal and your camera as steady as possible. And even if backwards, you're gonna go to toe to heel, as smooth as possible. If you're just walking and you're like this, then it's gonna show up in your footage. But you can move fast and have steady footage, right? You just have to move with a purpose, okay? The biggest thing is letting your legs and your arms take that blow. So if you're always in a slightly crossed position and nice like 90-degree bend in your arms, then that's gonna help take any of the impact out of your natural walk and out of the footage of the camera. So now that you guys have seen how I balance my red on the AK4500, we're gonna roll a quick sequence of footage shot today with the camera and the gimbal. Let's go. All right, so now that you've seen how smooth the footage can be if you walk and use your body mechanics properly, so I want to take you through a quick just walk around of my gimbal setup with the red. So first I have the Sigma 18-35 lens, and then coming around here for monitor, I have the Small HD Focus 7. It's good, but I would choose a different monitor if I were gonna get one, just because it doesn't have HDMI or SDI out. For just quick scratch audio, I have the Rode VideoMic Pro, and then to capture BTS, I picked up the GoPro Fusion 360. Shoots like 5.2K up to 30 frames a second. I just have that attached via a couple small rig super clamps. And then on the back here, I have the one and only Indie Pro Micro Series batteries. These are awesome. Anywhere from like 98 watts up to 200 watts, same size, form factor. And 150 watt battery is like 400 bucks, and it'll get you, like if you leave your red on, about 2.5 to 3 hours of battery usage all day long. So super awesome setup for under $1,000 for this gimbal. It is better than anything else on the market. Make sure to check out the links for all of the stuff below. Before we head out, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, hit that bell to be notified for future content. For all the red users out there, make sure to comment or send me a DM on Instagram if you have any questions at all. I'd be happy to help you out. We'll see you later, guys. Peace.